we are starting off with a polygon. And I want you guys to know that a polygon is just a fancy word for just a closed shape. Closed shape. Now you might ask, what is a closed shape? Closed shape is something like this. It might be a rectangle. A closed shape does not, and I'm going to go ahead and put it here, not look like this. Okay, because it's not closed. A closed shape does not look like this. It's not a circle because a polygon needs to have sides and it needs to have angles. So even if I go like this, that's a closed shape. That's a polygon. It is a shape. All of the sides are closed. And I can even do this. That's a polygon. That's a shape. It would not look like this. Even though this is closed, it doesn't have straight lines. So this right here is curved. It would not count as a polygon. Okay? And then I can't have anything overlapping either. So if I go like this, that is not just one polygon. It has to look, it could even be something funky. As long as all the lines are supposed to be really straight, they have sides, they have angles, that is a polygon. So polygon is a closed shape with sides, cannot be a circle, and cannot be any of these. So this would be wrong, but these are polygons. Fancy word for a closed shape. Quadrilateral. Let's see, a quadrilateral is a closed shape with 4 sides. An easy way to remember quadrilateral is quad actually means 4. A quadrilateral is a closed shape with 4 sides. So for quadrilateral, you can end up having any shape with 4 sides. So quadrilateral might look like this. I can have a square. That's a quadrilateral. I can have a kite that has 4 sides. I can have a trapezoid, 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. I cannot. Quadrilateral would not look like this. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. It cannot look like that. It always has to have 4 sides. Okay? Parallelogram. A parallelogram, and one way that I like to think of parallelogram is these 2 L's here side by side to each other. They never touch. A parallelogram is a shape with 4 sides and the sides opposite each other are parallel. Parallel means that they never touch. If you are parallel, you are side by side. So if I were to go like this, and let's say I were to create a square, and I get a ruler, so the opposite sides of each other will never touch. For example, if I get a ruler and I go like this, and the line keeps going forever and ever and ever, and the line over here goes like this forever and ever and ever. If they're parallel, these 2 sides will never touch. That's what parallel means. If over here on this side, I go like this side, I do like this as well, these 2 sides now will never touch. So this is parallel. Something that's not parallel would be maybe like a trapezoid. If I go like this right here, these sides here, if I were to extend these and they move forever, and it has to be opposite sides, and this one over here, these sides are parallel. But what if I go like this? I follow this line here, and I follow this line here, and I follow this line here, and I follow this line right here. Notice how these lines here are not parallel because they would end up crossing. So this shape is not considered a parallelogram because now things are crossing. This shape here is a parallelogram because if I go like this forever and ever, these two lines will never touch. And if I go like this forever and ever, side by side, these two lines will never touch. All right. Now it's time for prefix meanings. It's going to be really important, especially when you're working with shapes, to understand prefixes. So this is going to be more like a memory game. You need to remember that tri is 3, quad is 4, penta 5, hexa 6, hepta is 7, octa is 8, nona is 9, and deca is 10. For example, if I were to say we are going to draw a pentagon. A pentagon is a shape. How many sides does a pentagon have? We would know that just by the prefix penta, it's going to have 5 sides. So we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a pentagon. If I were to say I need to draw a triangle, we know that a triangle has 3 sides. I need to draw a quadrilateral. Quad has 4 sides. If I need to draw a decagon, we know that we need to draw a shape with 10 sides. An octagon, 8 sides. Just remembering that each of the shapes have these amount of sides based on its prefix. Okay, next. A right angle. So now we're working with angles. A right angle is an angle that forms 90 degrees. 90 degrees. And a 90-degree angle is this. A corner that has a really flat bottom here and it goes straight up. A right angle, you're going to see a lot of the times, it's going to have that. This lets me know that this angle right here, it forms like a perfect square. So if I want to do a right triangle, the shape would look like this. Okay, make that straight. And this right here is a right, it has a right angle. That means that this is considered 90 degrees. That's 90, that's 90, right over here. I can even do a right angle for a rectangle. And how many right angles would it have? 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all straight up and they go to the side. 90 degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4 right angles. In a cute angle, it just sounds like what it is. Think of cute. Something that's cute is really small. So an acute angle is an angle that forms less than 90 degrees. Okay, so we have, it's going to be smaller. I'm going to go like this, and it's going to be small. And this is curved. That is so cute. It is less than 90. So I can do a triangle that has an acute angle. This right here is smaller. I will do, let's see. This is different. This only has 2 acute angles. Here's an acute angle here. Here's an acute angle here. This right here is actually bigger, but these 2 are acute. Okay, for obtuse angle. Obtuse is anything that is more than 90 degrees. More than 90 degrees. So obtuse is going to look like this. that is obtuse. So this is more than 90 degrees. Remember, 90 degrees is straight up like this, but this, it went more. So if I were to do a triangle, and the triangle might look like this, start with an obtuse angle. Okay, that is my obtuse angle. It has one obtuse. And then what do you think these angles are? These angles here would be acute. They are smaller than 90 degrees. This is bigger. Okay, if I were to do this shape over here again, this right here is acute, but this over here, these are obtuse angles. So this shape has two acute angles and two obtuse angles. Okay, let's keep moving on. Vertices is the corner of a shape. So no matter what you are doing, how many vertices does this have? Let's just look at the corners. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. This has 4 vertices. What if I go like this? Okay, here's the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That would have 9 vertices. So it's just counting corners. Let's go ahead and do this one over here. We're going to do a shape. Let's say our shape is this. This is considered a kite. I'm going to ask, how many acute angles are there? Acute, I see this is less than 90 and this is less than 90. There are 2 acute angles. Your boom cards are going to look just like this. So over here, here are angles that are bigger than 90 degrees. Those are considered obtuse angles. We have 2 of those. Any right angles, anything that looks like this on this shape, there are 0. Vertices. So how many corners do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 vertices. And now, how many sides do we have? We have 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, and 4 sides. A total of 4. Okay, we're going to do a whole nother shape. So let's say we were to do a shape that looks like this. That is a trapezoid. How many acute angles does it have? Acute, less than 90 degrees. We have one here and we have one here. For acute angles, we have 2. And then over here, this is an angle, this is an angle that is more than 90 degrees. So we have 2 obtuse and 0 right angles again. How many vertices? So how many corners do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. And then sides. How many sides do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And there you go. We have finished our notes. You guys are going to have this to use for the boom cards that I'm going to go ahead and assign to you guys. And then you guys also have this to help you out with your shapes. So a parallelogram, just remembering that parallelograms, the sides never touch. Opposite sides are equal and parallel. Rhombus, opposite sides are parallel. So these 2 sides will never touch. And these 2 sides will never touch. All sides are equal. A rectangle, opposite sides are parallel. So this is also a parallelogram. Parallel. Each angle is a right angle. So if we were to put our little symbol for a right angle, we have our right angle. A square, opposite sides are parallel. So over here, these sides will never touch. these sides will never touch. All sides are equal. Each angle is a right angle. This is a right angle, right angle, right angle, and a right angle. Exactly 2 pairs of consecutive sides are equal. So this right here, this side, is equal to this side, but they're not parallel. They would touch. This right here is the same as this side over here. They're the same size. Only 1 pair of opposite sides are parallel. So trapezoid, only this side and this side are parallel. If I were to go like this, they would end up crossing. All right, hope this was helpful. Please make sure you use this for your next assignment. Thank you.